sorry, that was cut that out. Sorry, I should use a different mug. I'm gonna have to drink off camera now.
Yeah, none of that branded stuff here.
Yeah, no, you have to blur. Can you blur it out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good. Blur that out and put like the Lollygagging podcast on the mug. Oh, we should make some of those
mugs. Yeah.
All right, I'm writing that down. Let me write that down. Mugs. Okay, great.
Well,
so how you doing, Rick?
I'm good. Yeah, so we haven't done a really decent podcast. Sorry, not podcast. We'll talk about that later. But we haven't done a video for YouTube for a few weeks now, and at least since we got back from the Polyglot Gathering. I mean, the one I published after the Polyglot Gathering was literally the one we did 2 days before we all left. We both left, and then just filled it in with loads of pictures from the gathering. So we could probably do a roundup about that, but we do tend to talk about the same thing all the time.
Pretty much. Well, that's kind of our common experience, and that's where we met. Mm-hmm. That's where we fell in love with languages, and that's where a lot of our mutual friends go, and that's where we met them. So actually, you met people through the forum, but ultimately you met a lot of them in person at the gatherings. So
yeah.
So I do have a fondness for the gathering. That's where I gave 2 talks. You gave 3 talks, I believe. Yes, we.
No, I did 2. You did 1.
No. I'm over the course of all the ones we've attended.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. 3. And coincidentally, yours is up today.
Yes, mine got posted earlier this morning. I got in late from being out of town, and as I was shutting down the computer, I forget where I saw it. I think it was on Twitter. And I thought, well, no one told me, but yeah, it just got posted, and so far it has 3 views, and which means I've watched it 3 times. So
yeah. Cat.
Yeah, I forced her to watch it. So how you doing, Rick? How's language life treating you?
Yeah, not bad. I'm not commuting into work at the moment, so I've got a lot of time at home. So what I've been doing is a lot of language exchanges and lessons on italki, because I'm trying to get in a lot of speaking practice, because pretty soon I'll be back to commuting, and then obviously I'll just have time for reading and sort of movies and things on my tablet. So I'm just trying to get in the speaking practice while I can. So I've been really, really working that hard. I think not so much this week. I think this week I'll probably wind up with only like 4 sessions, but over the last month, I think I have had, I was averaging near enough 10 a week. So
bloody hell.
Yeah. I've done like 30 or 40 language exchanges or lessons over the last month. So I mean, a bit burned out on it, to be honest.
But is it paying off? And if so, how? Like, what's the?
It seems to be. I mean, it seems to be helping a lot with the fluency. I don't struggle for words. I'm not like sat there trying to think of the word. They come to me much quicker. Normal conversational words just flow out a lot faster and easier. Obviously I get stuck, if the topic is not your average topic. But for the most part, it comes out a lot more fluently, a lot easier. The words come to your brain a lot faster. You don't have to sit around drudging them up, trying to work it out. And it does help for comprehension. It's better. Well, it's not better, but it's certainly easier to comprehend when someone's speaking to you than when you're watching a television program, for example, because they're not speaking to you. That's just the television dialogue. So it is easier when somebody talks to you, and then if they're doing a camera like this, they can see your face, and they can see that you're confused or you're not really getting it, and so they'll slow down or change the word or whatever, or repeat themselves. So that, and then the repeating themselves is a big help. So yeah, it does help. It is working. It's not a quick process. So even though I've done a lot of them, they're really hard to organize. It's, lots of people bail out on you for whatever reason, they're busy or they can't do it, or they got stuck doing something else. So quite frequently I'd miss out on them. So I was sort of double booking, like airlines do. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I haven't really done much of anything else other than that. Kept up the sort of flashcards and stuff, but that's pretty much it. I haven't really read any books or anything. I've been just really focusing on this. Mandarin, though, I'm taking. I've met a lady who's we do 2 lessons a week for an hour, which is quite good. So that's helpful.
Wow. Well, how much are you spending on all these lessons? Is it really costly, or some of the tutors cheaper than others?
Well, I lucked out because the lady who's teaching me Mandarin, she's doing it as a favor because I met her on the forum, and she's just another sort of forum member, and she agreed to help me learn. So she's just doing it off her own back, out of her own spare time. She's not charging me, and I try and help her with English pronunciation and things during the lesson. So it's sort of mutual assistance, really. So that doesn't cost me anything, and the language exchanges haven't cost me anything because we're doing 30 minutes of, I don't know, French or Italian in exchange for English. So I've been trying to keep it down to 2 lessons a week that I pay for. And those average about $10. So italki is American dollars. So on average, I'm spending sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. So on average, about $10 a lesson. So for an hour. So, $20 a week isn't really that. It's not going to break the bank, really. So there you go. But at least in that end example, it's dedicated time. So it's fully Italian or French for the full hour. It's not like a language exchange. I'm not doing half and half. So I get a full hour's worth of immersion, really, and corrections and lessons and suggested topics and sometimes homework and things. So yeah, that bit's worth it. But I'm not spending enormous amounts of money on it. I'm trying to supplement it with language exchanges more, as much as possible.
Oh, fantastic! That's great. Yeah, it sounds like you're doing a lot for just getting a lot of bang for your buck.
Well, trying to, yeah. So, but I mean, ideally, I'd be doing other activities as well, but I've sort of put a lot of that on the back burner. The reading and the grammar study and stuff. I'm doing a bit of grammar study, but not a whole lot. So not a lot of supplemental study, really. But anyway, it's good practice. You need to make your mouth work. You need to get the muscles and the pronunciation properly done, and you need to be able to sort of get it to come out your mouth in a reasonably efficient manner. So speaking practice definitely helps.
Oh, definitely. You practice by yourself whenever you are not able to talk to someone? Do you read out loud? Do you talk to the dog, who I hear tap dancing in the background from time to time? Do you do anything like that? Do you mumble to yourself? Do you listen to audio lessons and repeat after they speak?
Only when I'm in an elevator with like strangers, I try to talk to myself in French or Italian because it worries them. So that's always good.
Où se trouve la baguette? Où se trouve la baguette?
Exactement. Complètement fou. Anyway, so yeah, no, I don't really do that. I think in my head, but I don't speak out loud. I try and narrate my day when I can and as I go along. My dog doesn't appreciate it, so I'm afraid he'd bite me. So. And yeah, so I don't really get much actual speaking practice unless I speak to an actual person. I don't like reading books out loud, which is actually a bit of a problem for foreign language study because it sort of reinforces English pronunciation because I don't read in my head. I don't subvocalize is what they call it. When you sort of move your mouth and you're reading at the same time. Yeah, so subvocalization, I don't do that. And I try and I don't want to do it because it slows you down when you read. And so I don't want to get into the habit of doing that because it would then, slow me down when I read. So anyway, so no is the answer to your question.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. I find, but I find it beneficial to read out loud because it helps me start speaking. But I'm still sort of, kind of refreshing certain languages and um, very lacking with my speaking abilities. So reading out loud for right now is great for me. But I do want to get to the point where I don't do that, where I do actually just read for full comprehension value, and that will come later. So. But right now, I'm speaking out loud with books that I'm reading, and I'm doing flashcards right now. I'm not working so much on conversation, but I am working on speaking. And
Hmm.
so I use UTalk for now, and they have a bunch of phrases they throw at you, and I'll repeat them. I'm doing some Pimsleur right now. I'm doing two Pimsleur courses, Eastern Arabic and Indonesian. And I was on a plane last night just mouthing the words because, unlike you, I didn't want to scare my fellow passengers by speaking Indonesian and Arabic. So
Yeah, I think shouting out in Arabic on an airplane.
yeah, you might get that one guy who's ultra paranoid and,
Yeah,
and
you
yeah
might get profiled.
yeah yeah America. Ugh. Anyway, so I just mumbled to myself. I wrote down little transliterations for both languages, and then I'll come back here and find resources in my library
Dun, dun,
that will
dun.
like right down there are my Arabic books, and Indonesian I have some phrase books over there, Indonesian phrase books that I've been using. So I'll go to them, and then I'll pull out the vocabulary, find out how it's spelled or how it's really said, and then take it from there. But right now it's very low level need for me speaking these things. They're more for down the line. So
That's good. I did
yeah.
one interesting thing this week. We like every other Monday. I'm learning Setswana, and we have this sort of. I've managed to convince a lot of people to learn Setswana with me, through no fault of their own.
They
Um,
sound really gullible and impressionable.
yeah, they are. Um, but unfortunately, they're all better than me now, which is annoying. But we do this thing like every other week where we do a sort of a meetup where we all get together and do a little study group thing. It's interesting, but the problem is, of course, that none of us are native speakers, so we're all just it's sort of the blind leading the blind. But we do sort of share resources and pronunciation tips, and because everybody's using sort of different resources. Some are using Memrise, some are using Anki, people are using UTalk, Peace Corps stuff. It's a wide and varied usage. But yeah, it's really interesting because we try and force each other to talk. Like we try and ask each other questions. It's all really simple at the moment, like hello, how are you? I am fine. How are you? Type thing. But it is practice, and you do sort of get held to account when you haven't done your homework and all that sort of stuff. So it is a useful little thing, which I didn't really think it would be initially, because I thought, well, how is a bunch of people who don't speak the language getting together to practice the language? How is that actually going to help anybody? But in reality, it is actually quite useful. Certainly at the beginner stage. I don't know, maybe later at the intermediate stage is probably not going to be so much. But it's an interesting idea to study with people that aren't actually, natives.
Yeah, well, I wish you and your kooky, gullible, impressionable tribe lots of luck with that. So yeah, good luck, and Hosiame, Kele Boja.
The Melara.
Yeah, right back at you, buddy. So great. You're still doing French, Italian, Mandarin, Setswana. Sounds like you've got your bases covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any forays into unknown languages, or new, or different, or long time loved but haven't revisited in a while languages?
No, I've shut down most. I did that excursion into Czech, and I shut that down pretty swiftly. I haven't really done anything. I'm sort of trying to steer them at doing the next polyglot gathering in Botswana. That would be good.
Yeah, because that would be beneficial for everyone.
Well, for an elite crowd of people, that would be very useful. And
Well,
here the beer's cheap.
well, there you go. Actually, the beer was super cheap in Bratislava. It was like €1.50 for a pint, and I loved it. And then we left and went to Vienna, and that's where we broke the bank.
Yeah, it's not €1.50 in Vienna, folks.
Nope. So go to Bratislava.
Stay there.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, great. Anything else you want to talk about? Any burning desires for any topics, or shall we just keep chatting and winging it, and then we'll give our big news at some point?
Well, we can give the big news now if you want.
Rick and I have a baby. Well, not really. No. You want to tell him?
You must be talking about some other Rick, because I don't know what the hell you were talking about.
Rick and I are engaged. Look at the ring. Look at the ring. No. Oh, okay. No, that's not it. Okay. Look on your face.
We are not amused. We are not amused. The big news, which everybody now is rather anticlimactic, is that we were going to do a podcast. They had the intention of doing a podcast, so we decided that we're going to do a podcast. And we had to look around, and pretty much everybody who's done a podcast is directed toward beginners. Much like 95% of all language courses and everything else, it's directed at beginners. And so we decided that we would try and be inclusive of people who are just starting out, but also try and focus more on intermediate learners and the struggles that they're going to have with learning languages.
Yeah. Plus, we still address things for beginners as well. And so far, we've got a couple episodes. We're ready to post soon, and we kind of talk back and forth about beginner tips and intermediate tips. So it's kind of for everyone starting out and everyone who's been doing it for a little while. But yeah, especially with Rick being more of an intermediate with his languages, it's nice to have that sort of juxtaposition of styles.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is, of course, that we also got some questions. So we had a few questions on the YouTube channel, and we had a few questions that people ask us personally. So we've been trying to answer some of those questions as well. So if anybody has any questions, beginner or intermediate, and you want to ask, and you think we might actually be capable of answering, then feel free to ask. You can put them in the comments or contact us directly. I don't know how you would actually go about doing that, but you can.
Rick's address is 123 Notting Hill Lane in Londonville, England. Zip code is 12345.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. Just right to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. Just don't make any threats.
Yeah, no, we don't like threats.
Because we'll visit you if you write to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and make threats. So anyway, so you can ask questions here if you want, and we'll try and answer them either here or on the podcast, whichever. But we're trying to be a bit more serious in the podcast and actually stay on topic as opposed to.
I like my elbows. Elbows are pointy. Yeah, that kind of stuff doesn't fly in a podcast.
Yeah.
But in a YouTube video, elbow. That's gonna go viral, man. That's what YouTube videos are for.
What?
I have an idea. No. So yeah. So anyway, so this
something in your oven? Have you?
I think the cookies are done.
Oh, I could use a cookie.
We're going viral. Okay, that's not happening. Okay, how are you? Hi. Hey, Rick, how are you doing?
Good. I think you've already got a virus, actually.
That's why I walk this way.
So. So anyway, so that was the big news. Not so big, not so big, not so clever. But
wait, say again?
Not big. That's not big, and it's not clever. but it's new.
Oh, okay. Okay, but it's new. Hello, kitten. Oh, look, everyone loves kitties. Yay! Viral video. Yay! Yay! No? Okay. Sorry, I tried, but yes, we will actually address questions and topics based on our personal experiences and things that we've read about. So,
what's new in your life, Dave?
well, I just got back from travel. I had to go to the West Coast and see family and a couple friends, which is nice, but it was very non-productive. And now I'm back home, and I'm actually going to be here for the rest of the summer, except for 2 small trips for an internship. So I'm actually excited. Today is the first day that I'll get to kind of hunker down and watch a DVD in a foreign language. So I'm excited about that. I got some DVDs while I was in Bratislava, and sorry, my cat's tap dancing. And so now I'm going to watch 1 or 2 of them in the next few days. My partner is still out of town, so I'll be able to like make a mess of the whole place and watch videos and pull my books out and my flashcards. And I'm actually really excited because when the house is empty, then it's a lot of fun to just like take all my stuff, throw it everywhere, and look at all the books I have. I'm going to go through these and figure out what. Excuse me, I'm going to go beat the cat. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You help me! Help me! Get out! Oh. Okay. This will be edited. Hi. So anyway, so I'm going to actually kind of go through. No, probably not. It'll just be tweaked, and there'll be like things on my shelf, like there'll be a goblin there, and then the weird text right here saying,
"Dave's an idiot."
Yeah, I thought Dave's girlfriend was out of town. But I just saw her. He took her out of the room.
No, I like her. I wouldn't do that.
Okay. So actually now I get to hunker down with language materials, and I'll have pretty much most of the summer to just like really focus on that. So I'm going to start the challenge, the Language Learners Forum Super Challenge Extravaganza Lollapalooza. So.
Woo! Are you doing the 6-week challenge? There's a 6 weeks challenge as well. Do you know about that one?
How long does it last?
About 6 weeks.
Yeah, they should make that more clear. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the one that is like 18 months long. I've lost a few months.
Well, the super challenge is really good. It's reading books and watching films. But the 6 weeks challenge is actually about studying. So you study as much as you can, grammar books, study books, all of that. But you have to be a beginner or low intermediate to enter. So if you were starting out in a language, it's basically to try and get as much done as you can in 6 weeks. So we're thinking about doing it for Setswana.
Oh, who is this? Who is this we, Kimosabi?
Me and the clever people who decided to learn Setswana.
No.
Wait.
What?
I said the clever people.
Oh, okay. When does this start?
It's 1st of August, I think.
Oh, crikey! Yeah, no. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Yeah. So I take it. Are you going to go to the Montreal Langfest this year?
You buying?
I'll buy you a beer. I'm not going, but I'll buy you a beer.
I know. I need an airplane ticket.
Wow, you must be thirsty.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. That is going on at the end of August. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend. I've got other plans, but yeah. But
just drive up there, couldn't you? It's not that far.
It would be a day's drive, I think. Yeah.
You need a passport now. Somebody told you need a passport to go to Canada.
I think so. I think I've always gone with a passport. So it's like why not? Like people should have passports. That's my thought. Let me see, where is Montreal? I'm gonna look on a little mapping thing. You talk to the crowd.
It's in Canada. I can save you a bit of trouble. It's in Canada.
Montreal. Wait, no, it's in Quebec. Loser.
Yeah, silly me.
Yeah. So let's see. Is it a drive? It's a drive. If I walked, it would take 223 hours. Wow. Okay.
Start now. Start now.
All right. Bye, everyone. So let's see. It would take about 12 hours to drive there. Yeah. So plus the border, stop and everything, customs, and the cavity search. So
Something you always look forward to.
it brightens my day. Okay, that should be edited out.
Yeah, we could probably edit that one out. Yeah. Definitely edit that one out. Whoosh, gone. Okay, so basically you're just being boring and watching TV and stuff in your house while your partner's away. So you're just gonna just sit around in your underwear, drinking beer and watching TV, really.
I don't even have underwear, so I'm going full commando.
Too much information.
Oh, wait till we do the next video. It'll be right in the middle of one of my TV sessions.
Yeah, I'm not participating in that.
Woo, let's get naked now. No. Okay. So anyway, so it's nice. I get to kind of regroup, which I've been needing. I've been doing a bunch of things over the summer, going to something called Colang, which was 2 weeks of language documentation workshops. Went to California to see family. I've got an internship in DC. Went to the Polyglot gathering. So things are. I need a little downtime now, and it's the perfect time. So my partner's gone until a week from yesterday, I think, and we am getting stuff done with the house too. So that's a little distracting, but necessary. But for the most part, I'll have some time to just decompress, look at flashcards, read books, drink beer, wear underwear, the usual. So I'm very excited about that because I really want to get back into a regular language routine. What are you doing? I don't trust you.
I'm just watching you. Just watching you.
You look like you're looking at other things on your computer. Like, oh yeah, video games. Here we go. Yes.
Oh no, I wish.
So good. So everything else is going well with you?
Yeah, pretty good. No complaints. So I think we're all okay. Is there anything else we need to tell people about? We got the podcasting. We're going to try and do the video more regularly, and we try and actually put some useful information into these videos. But that's few and far between. So you got to watch the whole thing. We might leave it to the end, the useful stuff. And
you have to read all the text, even when Rick is mocking other people in this video.
Yeah, which is every time.
I hate you so much right now. There's a burning fire in my heart for you, but not a good kind.
Can you say it in Setswana?
Kele bocha, hosiame,
no,
tumela, mista.
That's not right.
With water. It's kind of the same thing. Totally the same thing.
Totally. Okay. So I think we're pretty much done, I think
we were done about 10 minutes ago.
Stick a fork in him. He's done. Should we insert the Steve Austin video now, or just let's
put it in right now? Yeah.
We could think of something else, different strokes, maybe, or.
Well, there you go. Or Good Times, or Happy Days, or Family Feud, whatever you want. You are in ultimate control of the editing. So
concentration.
Have at it. So yeah. So I guess okay. So I think we'll do another video, and hopefully by then we will have the all the info for where to find the podcast, and I will let you know how my language learning has gone since then.
Actually, weren't you the next time we discussed, you were going to do some reviews of some of the resources and things that you have?
I think, but we needed to talk about that, and I need to compile them and have them here because since we have video, it'll be fun to show them and discuss various things. So yeah, I think that would be a good one for next time. What do you think?
Because that was a topic that came up in the podcast, but obviously in the podcast you can't show people things and resources. So what we'll try and do is where we need video to sort of augment the podcast, we'll do a video cast on YouTube and link them together so that people can see one and the other.
Fantastic. I like your way of thinking, buddy. You're gonna go far.
Yeah. Far, far away.
Wishful thinking.
Exactly. All right. Well, it's good talking to you, Dave. Nice talking to everybody. Have fun.
All right. Good to see you, Rick. All right. All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Stop looking at the screen, Dave. Stop looking. Stop. We're still. Hang on. Wait. I haven't turned it off yet. Don't touch that. Stop touching it.
What? Right, that right there.